Hi, welcome to this episode of The Daily. My name is Brendan Malone. Well, the other day I saw a meme floating around on the internet which is sort of expressing something that's been the subject of articles and viral videos and other things in the last year or two. And it's basically this idea that we shouldn't tell young girls that they are bossy. In fact, some people have even gone as far as to suggest that the word bossy should be completely removed from our vocabulary and that we shouldn't use it when talking to our children, particularly to our daughters. I can't think of a more absurd and harmful idea. If your daughter is being bossy, tell her she's being bossy and encourage her to find a more positive way of expressing herself. Now, what the proponents of this anti-bossy movement are claiming is that bossiness is actually a reflection of leadership, and that when you tell young girls to stop being bossy, you are quashing their leadership skills. What an absolute load of rubbish. It's just, let's call it for what it is. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to speak my mind, just in case any of you are wondering where I'm coming from. This is a very bad, nonsensical, rubbish idea. Leadership is not bossiness. Bossiness is not leadership. Interestingly enough, this is, though, a major confusion in our society today. A lot of people think that leadership is about telling other people what to do and ordering them around. Now, yes, leadership does involve giving directions to people and keeping people accountable, but that is still not the same thing as bossiness. Bossiness is literally where you start making demands of other people, and you look at the way in which your children do this, and my daughters do this, my son does this. They act bossy at times, and they're wrong to do that. And when they act bossy, they just start issuing orders and demanding that people do what they say because they want them to do it. There is no real communication with the other person going on. There is no real connection or relationship with the other person. The other person is simply a means to an end when you are bossing them around. And there is no respect being shown for that other person. They are simply barking orders at them. Now, that is not leadership. And if you want your daughter to grow up and to be a strong leader like I do with my daughters, we need to actually correct that behavior if they start getting bossy with other people, not celebrating it. If you celebrate bossiness, you are simply going to raise egomaniacal children who are going to be the worst kind of leaders and managers ever. They are going to be the kind of people that have their employees taking them to the employment court every other week, because bossiness is not leadership. Bossiness is not a positive character trait. Bossiness is a failure. Bossiness is the thing that happens when you don't know how to negotiate well, when you don't know how to interact with people well and bring them together to achieve a desired outcome. So what you do is you just start screaming and yelling at them and issuing orders and telling them that they've got to do what you want them to do just because. It's not rational, it's not logical, it's not compassionate, it's not respectful, and it is not a good character trait to have, and it most definitely is not leadership. With my daughters, what I try and do when I see it happening is I try and correct the behavior. So if I see them being bossy, I will stop and I'll say, okay, that is not a good way to interact with people, and I will actually explicitly say to them, I want you to be a good leader when you grow up, and to be a good leader, this is it's about respecting people, about bringing people in and getting them to support your vision and understand what you want them to achieve or what you're trying to achieve. And so that means basically treating people the way that you want to be treated with yourself, which is with basic respect, and giving treating their dignity and understanding their dignity, and sort of bringing that into the equation as well, and encouraging them to step up to the plate and help you achieve that vision rather than just barking orders at them and screaming wildly at them. It's not leadership, it's not a good character trait, and you definitely don't want to be raising your daughters to be bossy, because if you do that, you are going to be creating a whole lot of headaches for a whole lot of other people who are not going to be thanking you in future years because of your failure to actually instill good leadership principles in your daughters. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow on The Daily.